You were very positive when you saw it.
I like the pearls. I just don't like that it looks like from the dollar store.
North West just pulled a stunt that left Kim Kardashian absolutely shook. You know how North is, she's got that fearless attitude just like her dad, Kanye. But this time she took it to a whole new level and Kim was not having it. So Kim was at this fancy event, probably dripping in diamonds, looking like $1 million as usual, when out of nowhere little North decides to drop a bombshell. Now, we all know North isn't one to hold back her thoughts. But this time, she really let Kim have it. She straight up embarrassed her in front of everyone there. At first, Kim tried to do some damage control. You know, sweep it under the designer rug and pretend like nothing happened. But once word got out, all bets were off. The internet went wild, and Kim, well, let's just say she didn't take it too kindly. Imagine being in Kim's shoes, your own daughter laying it all out there for the world to see, not holding back an ounce of sass. It's enough to make anyone go a little crazy. But here's the burning question. What exactly did North say to set Kim off? And more importantly, how did Kim react? Kim Kardashian, the queen of extravagance, was getting all dolled up for the Met Gala. Now, we all know Kim doesn't do anything halfway, especially when it comes to fashion. She's all about pushing the boundaries, sometimes maybe a little too far, but hey, that's what makes her Kim, right? Now, this year was no exception. Kim had pulled out all the stops, trying on outfit after outfit until she found the one, or so she thought. But little did she know, she was in for a rude awakening courtesy of none other than her own daughter, North West. Now, we've already established that North doesn't beat around the bush when it comes to speaking her mind. And when she saw Kim's chosen outfit for the Met Gala, she didn't hold back one bit. She straight up told her mum what she thought. North's first words, "Mum, that looks cheap, and those pearls, fake city." But she didn't stop there. North went on to critique every little detail, pointing out gaps in the pearls and comparing Kim to a Hawaiian girl with a ripped dress. You could practically feel the tension in the air as Kim stood there speechless, trying to process what was happening. And to make matters worse, the designer of the outfit was right there, witnessing the whole thing unfold. Can you imagine being in Kim's shoes at that moment? It's like every fashionista's nightmare come to life. All that time and effort spent choosing the perfect outfit, only to have it torn to shreds by your own flesh and blood. Now, for any designer worth their salt, hearing that your creation has been roasted by a kid might not seem like the end of the world. But trust me, in the cutthroat world of high fashion where every detail matters, it's like a dagger to the heart. So, here's the thing. When you're in the business of making haute couture for A-list events like the Met Gala, your reputation is everything. And let's face it, a bad review from a pint-sized fashion critic like North West, that's like a nuclear bomb going off in your portfolio. But what really stings is the fact that North isn't just any kid. She's the daughter of Kanye West, aka the man who practically wrote the book on setting trends in the fashion world. So when she speaks, people listen. And this isn't the first time North has thrown shade so epic it made headlines. She's got a knack for keeping it real, even if it means ruffling a few feathers along the way. So, remember when Kim Kardashian was just minding her own business, doing what she does best, makeup tutorials and Instagram lives? Well, little Miss North decided to crash the party in the most epic way possible. Kim was in the middle of filming one of her iconic makeup tutorials, doling out beauty tips like candy on Halloween. But what's this? North saunters into the room like she owns the place, ready to spill some serious tea. She starts grilling Kim about her makeup choices, questioning every brush stroke. Another time, Kim's just trying to give a shout out to Olivia Rodrigo and her banger of a song, Driver's License, on Instagram Live. Seems innocent enough, right? Wrong. North swoops in like a tiny truth bomb, straight up accusing her mum of lying and claiming she hardly ever listens to the song. Let's talk about Kim's 40th birthday flowers. Now, most people would be over the moon to receive a bouquet like that, right? Not North. She takes one look at those flowers and declares them ugly without a second thought. Now, some folks out there might be quick to label North as rude or too direct, but hey, let's give credit where credit's due. She's not afraid to speak her mind, even if it means ruffling a few feathers along the way. And let's be real, in a world full of fake smiles and empty compliments, isn't a little honesty refreshing? Northwest is back at it again with her no-holds-barred attitude. This time she's taking on the sacred tradition of family photos. Yep, even those aren't safe from her sass. So, Kim Kardashian, the queen of selfies, decides it's time for a good old-fashioned family photo with the whole Kardashian-Jenner clan. But just when Kim starts giving instructions, North swoops in with the ultimate buzzkill. Do we really have to do this? I don't want to. Now, you'd think the entire family would burst into laughter at such a classic North moment, right? Well, you'd be correct. Kardashian-Jenners are no strangers to North's antics, and they've learned to take her blunt honesty with a grain of salt. It seems like the fans aren't too thrilled with North's rebellious streak. Some are quick to label her as a brat, accusing her of being disrespectful and lacking basic manners. And while Kim might be used to being in the spotlight herself, it seems like some fans are holding her accountable for her daughter's behavior, pointing fingers and placing blame. North might be a spitfire, but she's also just a kid, navigating the wild world of fame and fortune at a young age. And as much as we might want to judge, maybe it's time to cut her some slack and remember that she's still finding her way in this crazy Kardashian universe. Kim's fully aware of North's outspoken and sometimes downright rude behavior, but it's like she's stuck between a rock and a hard place when it comes to reining her in. Let's rewind back to the Met Gala debacle for a sec. Kim's there, trying to keep her cool, while North's laying down the law like she's the boss of the place. And what does Kim do? Well, not much if we're being honest. Sure, she might throw a little tantrum here and there about North's attitude, but does she really do anything to stop it? Not really. It's like she's caught in this endless loop of trying to discipline North 1 minute and then turning around and acting like everything's peachy keen the next. Some say it's because Kim's trying way too hard to be North's BFF instead of her mom, but others think there's more to it than meets the eye. They're speculating that maybe Kim just doesn't have the power to control North's wild ways. See, the thing is, their relationship isn't your typical mother-daughter bond. It's more like Kim's the cool aunt who gives awesome advice and lets North run wild. And while that may sound like a blast, it's leaving fans scratching their heads wondering why Kim isn't laying down the law. But hey, who knows? Maybe there's more to this story than meets the eye. Recent leaks have shed light on a pretty eye-opening revelation. It seems like North and her siblings are being raised more by nannies than by Kim herself. You see, with Kim not always being around to lay down the law, it's no wonder North doesn't exactly see her as the ultimate authority figure. And if that isn't enough to make you do a double take, get this. Some folks out there are speculating that Kim might actually be intimidated by her own daughter. In fact, there's a growing chorus of voices suggesting that North holds more sway over Kim's behavior than the other way around. And when you look at the evidence, it's hard to argue otherwise. Take for example Kim's reaction to North's critique of her Met Gala dress. Instead of shutting down North's rudeness, Kim tries to reason with her, almost like she's walking on eggshells. North throws shade at Kim's pearls, and instead of putting her foot down, Kim tries to placate her, even going so far as to ask her to go easy on her. It's like she's begging for mercy from her own daughter, and if that doesn't scream bully-victim dynamic, we don't know what does. Do you think North crossed the line with her brutal honesty about Kim's dress, or do you see it as a sign of her confidence and bravery? We are dying to hear your thoughts, so don't be shy. Drop a comment below and let's keep this conversation going.